Hey, Pastor friends, McKay here with Cross-Tethered Preaching, and I know that so many of us struggle with sermon structure, outlining and that sort of thing. We outline and we re-outline, and then we outline more through the week and second guess it all on Saturday. I've been there, I totally get it. But structuring a sermon shouldn't be a struggle. There is no need. And yet I think that we do struggle with it because we believe, we've been trained this way, to think that we have to create a unique sermon structure from scratch for every different sermon. That's inventing something from scratch every single week. And that's not just exhausting, it is unnecessary. What if you didn't have to invent a new sermon outline from scratch for every sermon? What if the structure is already there, just waiting for you to uncover it? And as you know, the Bible isn't a collection of random, disconnected moral lessons. It is one unified, redemptive story. And this means that every biblical text possesses an embedded, a built-in, gospel-shaped framework. Think of it as the DNA that naturally mirrors the DNA of the larger biblical story: creation, fall, redemption, and restoration. So you don't have to impose a structure onto the text. The text already has the structure within it. We don't have to force a text into a clever, alliterated three-point outline. You simply unfold the gospel-shaped narrative that's already there. So, principle: what is the core truth? Problem: how and why does the flesh naturally resist the truth? And the gospel: how does Jesus, as our substitute, perfectly fulfill this truth in our place? And then response: in union with Christ, how does the Spirit empower us to live this truth? Take Philippians 2, 1 through 11. Paul opens by calling believers to unity through other-centered humility. That's the principle. But then he diagnoses the problem, saying that selfish ambition and conceit are going to pull us toward self-importance and self-exaltation. That's the problem. But here's where the gospel really breaks in with that redemptive turn that we're looking for in every sermon. Because we have Jesus, God in the flesh, who humbled himself, submitting to death, even death on the cross in our place. That goes to a natural response, which is that now, being united to Christ through faith, the Spirit empowers us. It's his work in us that causes us to think of others as more significant than ourselves and enable us to serve them in humility, which creates unity in the same way that we have been served by Jesus. So the structure didn't have to be invented or alliterated. It was already built into Paul's letter, waiting to be uncovered. So you realize this gospel outline is built into every text. The weight of your week lifts. And I want to suggest that the joy returns because you stop trying to be a homiletical inventor and you simply become a true expositor, an excavator who skillfully brushes the dust away and reveals the redemptive treasure that was already there. Imagine not having to re-outline all week and second guess everything on Saturday. Imagine opening your Bible on Monday and knowing exactly where you're going to go. And that's the dream, isn't it? Well, if you're interested in fulfilling this dream, check out more at preach360.com. Hope this is helpful. Let me know how it goes, and I look forward to seeing you next time.